Welcome to News Learning Podcast. Cybersecurity threats for small business. Nearly every SMB around the world is internet dependent. With cyber attacks making headlines every day, owners of small and medium-sized businesses need to understand that cyber risk is business risk. Though the memorable headlines focus on large corporations and household brands, attacks on small and medium-sized businesses are on the rise. Small businesses are a critical part of the US economy, and cyber attacks are a growing threat against them. Small businesses are an attractive target because they have information that cybercriminals can leverage, and they often lack the security infrastructure of larger enterprises. Sometimes the gains to be had from attacking a small business are smaller than what the results could be if a larger enterprise were the focus of a cyber attack. But, because of the corresponding lack of security controls, bad actors can see small businesses as easy pickings. As the risk and financial impact of cyber attacks continue to rise, every small business owner can take proactive steps to understand the potential threats and to protect company data and assets. Cyber risk is not just a problem for the IT department. It must be regarded as one of the most destructive sources of risk for an SMB. From understanding their risk to finding appropriate resources for mitigating that risk, many small business owners struggle to keep their small enterprise cyber safe. Their struggle to stay cyber safe is attributable to the need for small business owners to work within a budget. Budget restraints often mean that they are responsible for making decisions in areas for which they may lack expertise. How to evaluate cyber risk? Before a small business owner can make any informed decisions about improving their cybersecurity posture, he or she must have a clear picture of their cyber risk. An understanding of this risk will guide the implementation of security strategies, process changes, and justify security-related expenditures. Without understanding risk, any security decisions are nothing more than a shot in the dark, hoping to hit the mark. What's at risk? Cyber attacks put your money, data, and IT equipment at risk. If a hacker gains access to your network, they could do a lot of damage with what they find, such as access to client lists, customer credit card information, your company's banking details, your pricing structure, product designs, expansion plans, manufacturing processes. What's the impact of an attack? A cyber attack can drastically impact your business. In fact, 60% of small businesses that fall victim to an attack shut down within 6 months after the breach. While that may be the most devastating result of the attack, there are other consequences that your business could experience, including the following: financial losses from theft of banking information, financial losses from disruption of business, high costs to rid your network of threats, damage to your reputation after telling customers their information was compromised. What can you do to protect your business from cyber threats? As a small business, you might feel helpless against cyber attacks. Fortunately, you can take steps to protect your company. Here's what you can do to get started. Train employees. Employees can leave your business vulnerable to an attack. To protect against threats from within, invest in cybersecurity training for your employees. Educate them what they should do if they get, for example, a suspicious email. Perform risk assessment. As part of your risk assessment efforts, examine where and how your data is stored and who has access to it. Identify who may want to access the data and how they may try to obtain it. Determine the risk levels of possible events and how breaches can potentially impact the company. Deploy antivirus software. You need antivirus software that can protect all of your devices from viruses, spyware, ransomware, and phishing scams. Make sure the software not only offers protection, but also technology that helps you clean computers as needed and resets them to their pre-infected state. Keep software updated. The software that you use to keep your business running should be up to date. Every piece of software is updated with regularity to strengthen it, or add patches that close coding loopholes hackers can slide through. Back up your files regularly. Does your company back up its files? If a cyber attack happens, data could be compromised or deleted. If that happens, could your business still run? Given the amount of data you might store on laptops and cell phones, most businesses wouldn't be able to function. Choose a program that gives you the ability to schedule or automate the backup process so you don't have to remember to do it. Store copies of backups offline so they don't become encrypted or inaccessible if your system suffers a ransomware attack. Thank you for listening to this podcast. This podcast has been brought to you by newsy.com.